that is able to communicate to very positive energy, that would be the person that I would ask if they could please make me one on a piece of paper, because at least I know it's coming from somebody who's working in that energy realm.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, it's these things don't have to be purchased. They don't have to be, if you're looking for people who know what they're doing, most of us who are mediums or do this and have been doing this for a long time will set you pretty straight pretty quickly, right? Without charge. I mean, I'm more than happy to talk to people all the time about, these kinds of things. I don't say, oh, well, you got to book an appointment with me and I'm going to sit and charge you by the hour. No, it's really like, if you're learning and you want to know more, I'm very open to talking to people about it. Right. I don't require a dollar sign to talk about cautionary things, or to even, make suggestions of, if I can't answer it, I'm pretty sure I know somebody who can. Right. So, these kinds of things, but just cautionary tales. Angel boards, to me, are just a marketing tool and to a means of whatever you want them to be. And again, a lot of this, regardless of what it is, you could communicate to angels on your Ouija board if that's what you believe that you're doing. If the intention is set out and the purpose is, you divine that purpose, it doesn't really matter what you use, a pendulum, tarot cards, oracle cards, a board of some sort of communication tool, or even just your own thoughts, right? Because thoughts are things, they come to fruition. So that's something else that a lot of people don't think about, is that when you think about something, when people talk about manifesting things, it starts here. Right? It starts up there as a thought, and then you work on that energy and you put that energy out into the universe. And the one thing that I think that falls flat with people who are not experienced is knowing where that end result needs to go. So when you put energy out there, if you're doing Reiki or you're doing any kind of energy work, there has to be a destination for that energy that you put out. Right. So you have to think about what that destination is, where you want that energy to go, where should it be applied. Even if it's just a thought in your head, it still requires energy to create that thought and that process. Right. So at the end of the day, it's still energy work, and it's still how you think about it. So you don't have to purchase an angel board. If you want to, that's okay. Please, again, just, use caution, use your own, best discretion. And if something bad does happen to you, then seek out the appropriate people to assist you. Right. That's the other thing too. There's like a ton of like paranormal groups out there. Right. And you see these questions all the time from people about, I think I have a ghost in my house, and I think like my daughter played with the Ouija board, and I think there's this now, and this is happening. And you'll get like 1,000 people responding. And, I did a little social, I shouldn't even say this, but I did, because I need to know these things sometimes. I did a little social engineering experiment out there, people, that at one point, and this is not recent, this was probably 8 or 9 years ago, I put a question out on a social media platform, and the question literally was a picture, a photograph, which had absolutely nothing paranormal in it, nothing. But I put it out there and I asked the question, and it was amazing the number of comments that came back.
I know where this is going. Yeah.
And it was quite stunning because for it was a bit of an experiment. I was literally doing a bit of a social experiment because I wanted to find out about, I was doing some work on some things, and I needed to know. So I wanted to find out, like, how little do you really need to, poke the bear to get a response? And so putting this picture out there, there was all kinds of comments on it. Like, I see an evil spirit, and I see, somebody was like, oh, I see a grandmother, and all of these kinds of things, right? And there was all of this stuff. And at the end of it, I literally came back and said, there is absolutely nothing paranormal in this photograph. It is a picture of this. And oh my God, the people that were like, they were so mad at me, the ones that they said, you're wrong. You're wrong. There is this in there and there is that in there. And I'm like, I can assure you that there's absolutely nothing in this photograph. And so, yeah, there's that. That could be another show. All unto itself. But, it's sort of amazing how, I've asked this question with Ouija boards before too, right? It's like, what do you think about a Ouija board? That simple question. And you get so many different kinds of responses. And so, when I do this, I'm not looking to like ridicule people or to, that's not what I'm literally looking for. The majority. What is the majority answer to this, statement or question? Because that tells me what people are thinking. It's like, where is their mindset? What frame of mind are they in? What are they thinking? I can also tell, for the most part too, which people are actually able to communicate with spirits, because I can tell by the way that they answer that I know that they have some sort of communication level. And then there's others who they want to be that person, but they're not. And so, and it's an interesting and experiment. And I don't lie to people when I'm doing it. Like, I don't go, well, I'm do. Like, I don't do that. I just put it up there and I say, I'm doing a little experiment here. Can you tell me what you see in this photo? So I'm very, very upfront about it. It's just, and like I said, I did it a little bit with angel boards a while back too, that I asked the question about, how do you feel about angel boards? And for the most part, most people tended to believe that they were okay to use, that because they were angel boards, they were communicating with positive energy. And
because it didn't have this word at the top of it.
Right. But they're exactly the same. Right. So I found that interesting in the way that how a little marketing will sway the way that people think. Right. So, if you put that Ouija board and the angel board side by side, and you go, people will automatically gravitate to the Ouija board and say, oh, that's bad, don't use that. Right. But this one over here, this one is, and it's like, it's really what you believe, right?
Yep.
Really what you believe.
Yep, exactly.
So, we don't know what's going on for next week's show. Did you want to do the show on Akbar next week? Because we were talking about that. Yeah.
Yep, works for me.
Let's talk about Akbar next week. It's a beautiful heritage, historical, well, it should be, location in Hamilton, Ontario, and it has a really fantastic history. It's got some great ghost stories. I've got my own personal experiences from being there and communicating with some of the spirits. And so, so we'll talk about Akbar next week, and then hopefully Rachel is feeling a little better by then. And I know my allergies have been bugging me a bit today too, but hopefully she's feeling a bit better. And but we'll do Akbar, and then we will maybe we'll do a poll on Halfpenny Dreadfuls about what we should do for the show after that. Right? We'll pick a few subjects, and we'll give our listening and viewing and following friends an opportunity to choose a show. Also too, I
Yeah,
just
so
want.
I've got a few subjects lined up that,
Good. Okay, well, yeah, so let's post those on Halfpenny Dreadfuls so that we can at least, yeah, we'll do a little poll and we'll